Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 2 for 1 Special Podcast. My name Roundel, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself. Man, y'all go ahead and say what up to these folks, man.
What up?
All right, everybody. Now, welcome back. Now, welcome back to another episode. Now, before we get into the Super Bowl, because a lot happened during the Super Bowl, but before we get into that, before the Super Bowl, I don't know what was going on with the NBA, but a lot of players got traded. So I don't know, was it you, LJ, or Dad? One of y'all brought that up about Anthony Davis. But I'm gonna let Dad go first, then you go second, LJ. But Dad, talk to these folks. Tell them what the heck happening in the NBA right now. Why they trade?
So, the trade deadline that happened this past week, um, when people's like, we're just trading, um, so many teams traded that only one team from the Eastern Conference didn't make a trade. I'm not going to say who, but we all know what team that is that didn't make a trade in the Eastern Conference. Um, the Dallas Mavericks traded Anthony Davis. And while they did get some picks and stuff like that, it was crazy. Because D'Angelo Russell also went over there, and D'Angelo Russell said, "I'm not playing for you guys," basically. And you know your organization's bad if D'Angelo Russell, who's literally as we like to call just a hitman for hire, just somebody who's gonna go there to shoot the rock. He said, "I'm not playing for the Wizards." So. But the Wizards are trying to collect pieces right now, for what it seems. Um, Wa- um, Not Washington. Golden State finally got rid of Moody and no Kaminga, Jonathan Kaminga. Traded him to the Hawks. They ended up getting Kristaps Porzingis, and like it was just a bunch of trades that went through that. Um, it's like the NBA is nothing else. They know how to do. They know how to do in-season trades. Like their trade deadline is always way more exciting than any other sport. So they get that right. Like only thing like the NBA doesn't really get right is the All Star game because it is complete trash. And the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks hung Giannis over our heads like a carrot, like Giannis get traded only for them not to trade him. Like I thought it was silly and I thought it was useless because now the price is going to go down in the off season because he only has one more year left on his deal.
Right.
So to where a team like Golden State who wanted him could have had him for 2 seasons and 2 playoff runs. Now they can only have him for one. So like that price like went down like crazy. So
All right, LJ, what's your thoughts, LJ?
I mean, I felt like it was kind of a normal trade deadline because usually you see crazy trades during the trade deadlines because either teams are trying to get off of bad contracts because they know they're going to have a bad year, or teams that feel like they are in contention are trying to find the next tier to go. Now, it is kind of interesting that some of these teams, like Dad was saying, the Milwaukee Bucks, they didn't. Everybody knew that Giannis wanted out. Like that is a known factor. He came out and said, "I want out of here," because y'all pretty much aren't doing what is needed to win. And it kind of the signs was there a couple of years ago, but it was really there this year. After I heard like his family had moved out and some other things had happened, so it really not that surprising. But I guess they feel like either they're going to maybe try to do something to get him to stay, or they're just it was just like f you. We don't care. You can be mad all you want, but you're gonna stay here and be mad. So I think Dad was is just upset that his Golden State Warriors couldn't get another piece because they're slowly but surely failing. Unfortunately for them. Um, but yeah, I think it's just a weird ride right now. I feel about
We taking shots, LJ?
it. I'm not taking shots.
Are we taking shots?
The person who took a shot was them saying Kaminga was trash.
I never said Kamingo trash. He just
I
like
didn't say you. I said the team because yeah, they did Kaminga very wrong, and you have to agree with that.
no. I will not agree with that because Kaminga, um, being the word that I get like all like what's really going on and stuff like that, especially being in California too. Um, Kaminga refused to stay in defensive assignments. Like, like offensively, would love to have him on the floor. Love to have him on the floor, but was like a renegade on defense. He wanted to do whatever he wanted. He wanted to take chances, and that took him out of position, left up wide open shots, stuff like that. He refused to play in the defensive system. So that's why he was kept out of a lot of games. Because if you can't play defense, like what can we do with you? You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't be out there, if you're out there just doing your own thing and leaving your man open, like what are we doing? Offensively, he's great. You know, like he go get offensive rebound. He's athletic as hell. You know, he can shoot pretty decently. You know, so like I would have loved to have him on the floor offensively. Defensively, no. And like the fact that and they're saying like, oh, Steve Kerr just hating on his time, hating on his minutes. Like his minutes are a reflection of his defense, and that's plain and simple. Like you could go by his offensive numbers and his production on offense, and you measure it that way. But he's perfect for that because Atlanta don't play defense either. So that's what you need. You're not gonna play on a Warrior team or a Steve Kerr team and just be like nonchalant on defense.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. First, Anthony Davis. I, I believe it's gonna fail miserably. I believe the Wizards are trying to rebrand themselves, but they picked the wrong players. They Trey Young, that's okay. You got this Trey Young good. Anthony Davis on the other hand, that man is not energy. That man is injury prone. He always stay injured, and plus I don't think Trey Young even gonna play this season since he's still injured, right? He gonna come back or no?
I don't think so. Like I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been up to date with his injury. I know all I know is he's injured. I don't know for how long, but I'm just gonna pretty say they ain't gonna make the playoffs by the time if he do come back. So but yeah. Anyways, they trying to rebrand themselves, but they just picked the wrong players, in my opinion. What they do, what the Wizards are doing, I see the vision. It's just that they just no, y'all just got the wrong players. Dad, you were talking about the other team who didn't. You can go ahead and say it, Miami Heat. LJ can probably help me with this. I don't know what's going on, but for the past couple of years, Pat Riley never liked to do trades. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, for some reason, Pat Riley do not want to trade for nothing in the world. Because he ain't do that last year. So, I don't know. But yeah, go ahead, Dad. Go ahead.
So Pat Riley is holding on to Tyler Hero like he is Jordan or something like that. Like it is like crazy. Like teams are asking for Tyler Hero as part of the package. He just won't give him up. Like I'm starting to think it's a bit now. Like it's somebody's like trolling. So give us Tyler Hero. Oh well, no. Like it's
The thing
it's
is,
crazy that he won't give him up.
thing
He had
is,
one good run. He had one really good run in the bubble.
here's the thing. Pat Riley's not feeling like I don't know why. Pat Riley's not feeling let go. Tyler and Bam. Those are the only two players he is not feeling let go. The only way he he most definitely ain't finna let Bam go. For whatever reason, quote unquote, they passed the baton from Wade to Bam. Cause Bam the team captain. Why? I don't know. So they trying to build a team around Bam, which is crazy to me. I don't know why. So
I
Bam,
actually don't mind Bam. I actually don't mind Bam. Bam is actually a really good player. It's the Tyler Hero who's actually a good trade asset you need to get rid of.
see here's that thing. They're not finna trade Tyler unless they get a mega superstar. And ain't no team finna trade to get a mega superstar for Tyler Hero. That's Miami problem. Miami ain't finna just trade Tyler for anybody. They gonna want somebody a mega, not a superstar but a mega star player for them to trade for Tyler. Like I said, I don't know why, but Pat Riley, he just no, he don't like trades. I don't know why. He don't. So it didn't surprise me at all that we ain't do nothing in deadline. I think we didn't do that last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I will say it once and once again. Until the Heat get rid of Pat Riley, there's nothing you can do. People don't want to play for Pat Riley because even though Eric Spoelstra is the coach, people know that you're playing for Pat Riley. People don't want to play for Pat Riley. So what do you have to do if you're the Heat organization? You're going to have to get rid of Pat Riley. I think it's been time for him to go.
Big time.
I understand he has brought you multiple championships, and the way he has done things has worked. But it's kind of like the reason why Nick Saban is considered the GOAT of coaches. He's also the GOAT of the coaches because he realized when it was time for him to go. He realized what NIL was, and he realized he didn't really want to partake in that. So because of that, he was like, "Hey, it's time for somebody else to take the reins because I don't want to deal with this. I know I don't want to deal with this. So let's go find somebody who does." And he left and went to go be on TV and now making a whole bunch of money on TV. That is a sign of a good, GM, coach, whatever. You know when it's time for you to give it up. And for some reason, neither the owners for the Heat or the GM or the GM himself, Pat Riley, have come to that conclusion yet, and it is hurting the Heat. Now, I know y'all said there's trade value for Tyler Hero, but what's the real value? Because I don't think you're going to get anything very good for him. That's just my opinion of Tyler Hero. After watching him the last couple of years, like, yeah, he had that really good year, and he usually has a good regular season. But every time they in the playoffs, he just goes silent. He might go off for one game, maybe, but with that run when they had Jimmy, he maybe had one or two games, and then he's quiet for the rest of the playoffs. So I don't really know who. I mean, I guess he'd be a good six man coming off the bench, maybe. But I don't know if you're a championship level team, if you really want Tyler Hero as like a six option or even a seven option at that point. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I just don't think the Heat have anything to trade other than Bam, and then they'll be dumb to trade Bam. So because it does seem like they are trying to build around Bam, which is fine, but I think we talked about this before. Bam is definitely not a first option. He's not a second option, and he may be a third option. So you need to go find a first option scorer. I guess you thought that was Tyler Hero, but I don't believe that's him. You need to go find you a first option scorer, and then I mean, like I said, Bam is fine. Bam reminds me of Chris Bosh a lot, really. So I have no problems keeping Bam or anything like that. You just gonna have to rebuild this team though, and get rid of Pat Riley. But until you want to have that hard conversation of it's time to get rid of Pat Riley, there's nothing to be said or done until then.
We need to bring. There needs to be an investigation going on for the Miami Heat owner for elder abuse at this point. For keeping Pat Riley employed. He's 80 years old.
Ain't they
Okay,
both the same age?
there's gotta be checks about it. Pat Riley's 80 years old. He's been around before the civil rights movement. Like what? Like either Pat Riley has some mafia ties to where he don't want to give up his position, or something. I don't know, but like somebody gotta tell him like, hey man, it's time to go. We need fresh faces in here. Somebody young, you know.
I mean, it's the same situation with the Dallas Cowboys with Jerry Jones being the GM, and he
And
don't
what
want
do
to
we?
give it up.
And what,
And
what do
they
we say
suck.
about?
I know.
But
They,
like,
they
Like,
are, they
what do
are
we say about
horrible.
the Cowboys? Like,
But I'm just saying, it's the same situation. So why you think that they are kind of similar if you really think about it. So what make if he's not going to give it up, what make you think what Pat Riley?
the thing is, Pat Riley's not the owner though.
But Pat Riley is practically an owner, from my understanding. Pat Riley has so much stake in that team.
He
It really
does.
don't make sense.
True that.
Like I'm still trying. I think I'm still trying to figure out if he's not a co-owner or not. But I think I'm not kidding. Like he has some percent. He's not. He's definitely not a minority owner, but like it might be like 65 for the majority. Let me see.
So I just googled it right
35.
now. I googled it right now. He secured 10% ownership stake. And has been minority owner and team president since 1995.
So, yeah. So see,
Actually owns a potentially up to 20% because he got another 10% added on as part of the contract.
yeah, you're not getting rid of it. That all you heard was you're not getting rid of it. So either somebody need to buy him out of his 20%, or this
Which
is.
they are not finna do that.
I mean, I wish D Wade would. I'm sure D Wade could buy him.
No.
You know, I don't think they got that type of money. 'Cause that value went up with Bosh, Braun, all of it, but that value went way up.
I mean, should have. I mean, yeah, it went up. It's in a major market, but it's not like LA level yet.
True that. But at the end of the day, we both can agree, LJ, that Pat Riley is one part of the problem with Miami right now.
Yeah.
Because, and I could be so wrong, but I think this happened last year. But for you to not participate in a trade, knowing damn well we needed a trade, that we need something going on, that is just unacceptable at this point.
But I mean, Mike, but really think about it. Who do we have to trade if you're not giving up Bam and you're not giving up Tyler?
How many Hawkins?
That or just give if we got it, just give up some round picks.
Just start giving up people. I don't even know we have picks, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. If we got some, we don't got the players, but if we got some picks, hell, if you want a second round pick, first round pick, hey.
But I feel like we don't have picks because the Heat's been good for a minute. The Heat was still good with Jimmy.
Right.
We made it to the playoff multiple times in relative mid tiers. So
But that's the thing, though. We don't have the only star players that we do have. Sadly, is Bam, which might as well say he's our franchise player right now. So he most definitely ain't finna go nowhere. If he do, then I don't know who you gonna trade for to get him. But he most definitely ain't finna go nowhere because he the franchise. Then we got Tyler Hero, who's the only superstar on that team. So, and then you ain't finna just trade Tyler Hero just for anybody, unless you're gonna get a couple first rounders and a superstar player at that. So, I truly don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I think the major issue is Pat Riley, and if you can just get him to understand it's time for you to retire, and you can still be the 10% owner. I mean, I'm not taking that away from you, but it's just time to let him know it's time for you to retire. Let's get a young person, because nobody like I'm pretty sure he still has like them rules about 10% body fat and stuff like that. Nobody's going for that. Nobody.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that I have always heard that one has been one of the biggest contentions of people not wanting to go to the Heat is the 10% body fat.
So we just in a big hole right now. Excuse me, with Miami. I don't know what's going on. We had Jimmy, but we just couldn't get no star players. And then allegedly he was beefing with somebody in the organization. On top of that, so I don't know. So
It's
that,
probably Pat Riley.
I'm pretty sure it was either Pat. It was. I know for sure it was. He was beefing with Udon Haslem. I knew he was beefing with him. I know that for a fact. He was beefing with him, which why the heck we kept him on the team. I understand he's the OG for the locker room. That's a different story.
I thought Hasler was just like a coach. He was
No, he was a player.
He was still a player.
He was still a player around the time Jimmy. Yeah, he was still a player. That's why everybody was pissed off at. They were like, why? Well, that's why I was pissed off. I was like, why the heck we giving him money to be a player, but technically y'all only using him as an OG to keep all the younger people in the locker room in check. I'm like, if that's the case, I could have put him on a team, him on a team. I mean, on a coaching staff or something instead of a player. But now he was around the time up until whenever he let go. He was a player. He was never on a coaching staff. Yeah, he was a player. Okay, he was the original team captain, and then when he retired, he passed it to Bam. Now Bam the franchise player. So, yeah, but yeah, we had Jimmy. He was beefing with Haslam, and then I don't know how true this is, but they were saying he also was beefing or having words with somebody in the office. I think he may have a little words with Spoelstra too. I could be wrong. And on top of that, we didn't bring him help. So yeah, that's the only play we had, and we shipped him away, and now we here. So I don't know. We got to do our own rebuilding ourselves. With the Miami Heat, but we'll see. As of right now, we in a playing tournament, and we just go from there. But that's basketball. Now let's talk about football, because Dad, I've been waiting to hear your opinion about this whole entire Super Bowl, because everybody, and I mean everybody on my timeline, I forgot to do name, but the old lineman who they call him the old lineman who was on his back the majority of the Super Bowl.
Will Campbell.
Him. So Dad, I'm gonna let you have it for. What was your thoughts on this year's Super Bowl?
So I'm not going to say that the Patriots got exposed, because we all knew who the Patriots were this season. Like, to say they got lucky is kind of disrespectful to get in this because they made the Super Bowl. But like,
Everybody said they had an easy schedule this season. Everybody.
I'm not going to talk about the schedule, but when you really think about it, you should have lost against the Broncos.
If
Bo Nix played that
if
game,
if Bo Nix was healthy, yeah, was in there, yeah.
okay, so we can all agree. The Patriots defense carried the team.
Yes.
All the way there. The Patriots went through the Chargers, who had NFL Europe people playing on the offensive line. You know, just the whole line. Like, there was when I was watching the game, the Patriots, the Chargers game, every offensive lineman was last in their category. like you know how they show the stats like where they rank and stuff like that. Every single one of them was last. It was crazy. Then they have the Texans, who C.J. Stroud. I don't know what happened to him, but he threw like 5 picks. And it was just terrible. Again, that was the defense because the offense didn't win in that game. So the offense didn't put up that many points. And then the Broncos, they had Bo Nix got injured. It was out.
Right.
So again, defense carried it because the offense didn't do anything. Got to the Super Bowl, and they played against a team who has a good defense, who has a good offense, and they got rolled. They got rolled, and what? It wasn't even close. Like, like every play Drake May was getting smacked around. Like it was bad. It was really bad. Now the Patriots defense, they tried all they could. They tried all because there was only so long they could keep him out the end zone. Kenneth Walker was running up and down the field for the most part. Christian Gonzalez is lights out at corner. Christian Gonzalez is lights out at corner. But yeah, it was bad on the Patriots' part. The offense at least couldn't move the ball. Like had just constant 3 and outs. Meanwhile, Seattle, like while they were just kicking field goals in the beginning, they got in end zone a few times in the fourth quarter, but it was a blowout. It wasn't even close.
Hey, what's your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
I think that was the worst Super Bowl I have watched in my lifetime. It was utterly it was really bad in my opinion. Like, I watched the first quarter and you could just tell from the first quarter, even though it was like 3-0, I think at that time. I was just like, the Patriots can't do nothing. This is sad, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then I was like, technically they still in it because it's the other team not really getting in the end zone. They driving the ball down and they keeping it for a long time, but they still not getting touchdown. So there's always a chance to come back. And then finally the first touchdown got scored in the fourth quarter, and then after that I was just like, it's over with. I stopped watching after like 5 minutes into the third quarter. I thought the game was over then. That's when I thought that game. It was just a terrible game, and I wish that somebody else got in other than the Patriots. I didn't care who it was at that time, but I did not. It should have not been the Patriots. I didn't care if it was the Broncos. I was hoping the Bills would come out of somewhere and just start playing. I didn't care who it was. The Patriots got problems. Now, I do remember the Will Campbell stuff. My understanding was that technically he was hurt. He had not recently came back.
Let's sit down.
Playoff. But I mean, he did have a great game. I give you that. But you really say anybody on the offensive line had a great game?
Nobody did.
Right. So,
but he was the worst.
He might have been the worst. That's true, and he is a rookie. So let's give him some benefit of the doubt.
If you're hurt in the Super Bowl and you're hurting the team, you know, if your backup must be really bad to where they say, okay, we got to get you out of there.
Right. The coach should have made a decision and been like, hey, you just not moving like we need you to move. Let's go put in our secondary, but they did not want to put in the backup.
Whoever was the backup must be terrible.
That or the backup's also hurt, and the backup's also hurt. So I don't know. I just felt like that was just a terrible game that should have never happened.
So I have a question. You did say something. Would you have cared if the Broncos made it with Bo Nix? You said.
Yes, I would be fine. If to not watch that game, I would have been okay with that. That's how bad that game was.
Uh,
I was hoping Tom Brady put on a Patriots outfit and got in there. Something.
But I've been saying this from the beginning. That Seattle, excuse me, that Seattle team was just I don't know what I don't know what they was doing this season. But I knew from the get go, ain't nobody was to stop them. Them boys were just hungry this year. But the Patriots, from the highlights that I did see, it it didn't look too good. But
no, it was close. You know, the Seattle almost lost to the Rams. With the Rams were my pick. So like, but like, Seattle's defense was on another level this year, and there was
yeah,
no way it's going to let Drake May beat them.
Maybe that would have made a better game if it was the Rams instead of the Seahawks because I I mean the Rams also have a very good defense, but if I remember correctly, the Seahawks was number one in almost every statistic, and they was like the number one scoring defense.
Yeah,
So you was like I said, you was outmatched from the get go, practically.
right. All I know is that Seattle team was hungry. That Seattle team was hungry, and then you just even though it was a lot of freshmen on the field, a lot of newbies, that Seattle team had more experience than that Patriots team, especially when it came to that defense, the Seattle defense and the New England offense. I just think he he was expecting all that, and then it just shows you that hey, it's level to this right here when it comes to playoffs, where you gotta be experienced and you gotta be known. Cause when the time comes, it gonna expose you. It exposed the Patriots. Everybody was saying now they go back to the schedule. They're like, yeah, the Patriots had easy schedule, this and that, third, blah blah blah. But I believe that Bo Nix would have if Bo Nix didn't get injured, it would have been Denver and Seattle. And Denver, and to be honest with you, how Bo been playing, it's crazy for me to say this. I believe that Bo might have won.
No,
You don't think
no,
so?
no. I will
no.
leave this
That
podcast right
defense
now if you're
is
serious.
way too good. That
I will
defense
leave
way
this
too
podcast
good.
right now if you're serious. Please tell me you're joking.
I'm just saying that Bo was. I ain't gonna lie to you, and you know me, LJ. We don't like Bo, but I'm not even gonna lie to you. Bo this year, he been balling out. He proved a lot. He
Bo barely beat the Bills, and I was more defensive than anything. It wasn't Bo.
that is true.
Yeah, it really wasn't about.
Yeah, it wasn't about.
If you, I mean, you saw. I mean, I don't know how many games you saw, but I watched a couple of games where they couldn't move the ball, and the only reason they won is because their kicker had a pretty good leg.
They won most of the game, like almost all the games were like by less than one score.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't Bo. I can tell you that right now.
Almost less than 3 points. They like won a lot of games. 3 points or less.
But like, let me ask you guys this question: how are you feeling if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan right now? Watching Sam Darnold, who you let go, win a Super Bowl.
They deserve. Here's
I
the
would-
here,
I
no,
would-
hold on, here's why I said that. I ain't mean to cut you off. Why you let go of a QB who was 14-4? Why?
Because they believed in JJ McCarthy.
So why were you why and he he was 14-4 and you know for a fact he was a good QB. He's not a trash QB. He's a good QB. 14-4. And he did the same exact thing with Seattle. And look what happened. He won the damn Super Bowl. So if I was him, matter of fact, if I was him, I'd go visit the Vikings with the damn trophy. Hold a QB count in Minnesota, near the football stadium, and have the Super Bowl trophy right there. That's how petty I be. My fault, LJ. You go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, so if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm going to Minnesota and I'm thinking,
Dap him up real quick.
no, because y'all didn't want me.
Y'all didn't want me.
Seattle, and that Seattle defense was amazing. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't put in his own work. He did his job, and he did win them some games. I'm not saying that, but you wasn't going to have that type of defense in Minnesota. You didn't have that type of defense in Minnesota. So if I'm him, I'm going to them and be like, hey, thank you for letting me go. Y'all are dumb, but thank you, and thank you for my championship. And that's it.
JJ McCarthy was so bad. Justin Jefferson was like, I can't do anything. Like JJ, because Justin Jefferson is known like, I don't care what quarterback is out there, I'm getting my numbers, I'm getting my catches because I'm going to be open. Justin Jefferson's like, there's only so much I can do, man. The man can't give me the ball. You know.
They can't give him the ball. I mean, at this point, that's who they want to believe in. So let them believe in it. Now, when it doesn't work out,
that's good. But
right.
if I was a QB, I go to Minnesota with the Super Bowl in my hand, and yeah, I'll be petty. I'm like, I was not when I was here, I was not garbage. I was good, but y'all decided to get rid of me anyways, and look what happened.
I wouldn't do that. I'd just be like, thank you for letting me go. Because now I have a championship. Because you wasn't going to win one in Minnesota. You wasn't. That's just the truth.
If you're Minnesota, how long do you stay with JJ McCarthy? No, but
you gotta give him his working contract.
I'm gonna say how the contract in question.
So but players get benched all the time, rookie or not, So do you give him? So do you give him this year, or do you bring in another quarterback? Because they're already talking about is bringing Kirko back over there to mentor or be a backup.
Here's the thing. And I ask you this, Dad, since you brought it up, since you asking us, do you want to have a Cleveland Brown situation with Minnesota, where they paying 5-6 different QBs?
I mean, obviously not, but but at least Cleveland has one decent one. What do you have in Minnesota? Like seriously, that's the difference. Like, do you bring in another quarterback to challenge him, or do you say, we believe in you? Here's the thing, because I never believed in JJ McCarthy. He was at Michigan. I did not believe him to be an NFL caliber quarterback, but because he ran one with Jim Harbaugh. If Jim Harbaugh talked to all his people and talked him up, he sold Minnesota some fool's gold. Period. I mean, that was not the pick. So
right. But like I said, Dad, do you want to? Because he like LJ said, he's still on his contract. So do you want to go out and get another QB? Get him millions of dollars while you got another QB who's on a contract, and then that QB you went out and got, thinking he can revive the team, actually is garbage. Now you're in another situation where you paying, millions and millions of dollars for a QB. So I don't
So
go ahead.
my real question is, who does Minnesota value more? J.J. McCarthy or Justin Jefferson? Because, then you get another QB in there. Because Jefferson Justin is not going to want to stay for J.J. McCarthy another full year.
So who the other QB you gonna go after?
Don't bring in one.
You bring in one, or you draft one. Bring in Drew Alar for all I care. Just figure it out.
He just figure it out.
Have the scout team do their job. You know,
That's true. But the thing is, though, okay, here's the thing: the draft. There's not only who her name besides what you call it who won. Name another good QB that's in the draft. That's gonna
Also,
come in the draft.
well, oh, you saying good? My bad.
no, this draft, this quarterback draft is cheeks. It's straight cheeks on this year.
Yeah, so
You got Fernando Mendoza, and that's it. Like you can say Drew or Nussmaker from LSU. You could say or even the project QB, the one from Arizona. He'd be a project. Not Arizona, Arkansas. Um, Green.
Trinidad Chambliss, did he get his 6th year? I don't know if he got his 6th year.
He didn't, so he has to go into the draft.
Right.
So he might sneak around, be a first rounder though. So
well, QB wise, Minnesota just in a put because the draft you can't draft one because the draft for QB this year ain't the best, and we already know the best QB is gonna go first round. I mean not first, be the first pick more than likely. So that's that. So the draft is pretty much out the question. Any other free agent QBs out right now that they can say, hey, we give you a contract to come and play with us?
Go get Justin Fields, I guess, from the Jets.
You think Justin Fields? Well, he did have.
no,
No, hold,
no, no,
So you won't do that.
no.
Hold on. I'm gonna throw this one out there. I'm gonna throw two names out there. And Dad, you may completely shut off your computer when I say this. I don't know, but I'm gonna say two names. LJ, you may do the same thing too. Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson, or Jameis Winston. Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston.
Okay. Can we? You have a problem.
I'm just saying. What?
No, you not.
Russell.
Hey, you done watched not James, my bad. You have watched Russell Wilson for the last 3 to 4 years. You watched him a year on the Steelers, 2 years in the Broncos, and the Giants. The Giants benched him for the rookie because he was so bad. And they didn't even let Jameis Winston on the field. Why, in your mind, will you think
Hey, those
they
the
go
only
and put
those the
Russell-
only two QBs
Russell
I
Wilson-
know that's that.
That's the only 2 quarterbacks you know. You don't know no other quarterback.
I mean that's free right now.
So I pulled the list of free agent quarterbacks coming up this year. Daniel Jones.
The
Which-
Broncos signed him quick.
No, he might not even get a contract right now because of the Achilles injury he had.
No, that's true.
So he don't have to wait. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, Tyrod Taylor, Zach Wilson.
Hold on, Dad. Wait, one second. Do you at Aaron Rodgers, but you're not going to do that? Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? They
I don't-
both were cheap. At least I am consistent. I said both. What is your what? They're both assholes. So I don't.
I don't know. Aaron ain't no telling Aaron Rodgers. He may retire. He may not. I don't know.
Ain't no telling. They're both cheeks, man. They are dog water. It's okay. They are old. It's fine. They was good in their day. Right now, they are absolutely horrible. And
The best quarterback coming out of this one is Malik Willis. Hey, he shows a lot of promise. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when he filled in for Jordan Love, he did a great job filling in for Jordan Love because the Packers didn't have much as far. The receiver core was not that great, and while they had Josh Jacobs, Malik Willis did run the offense pretty good. So he's gonna get a call. But yeah, we're talking Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Jimmy Garoppolo, Mitchell Trubisky, Chase Keenum, Trey Lance, Carson Wentz. These are the quarterbacks that are free agents. So
So out
there's
of
not
that,
much to pick out of there.
I'm about to say. So out of that, do you think Minnesota should pursue one of them? Pursue, I mean.
No.
So like I said, so they pretty much out of luck for QBs right now. You don't have one coming in the draft this year. The free agents that you do have are really ain't good. And then if you're trying to steal a QB, a decent QB at that, do you have the money cap to do so?
I think they have the cap space, but who they give? Who do you want from Minnesota? Outside Justin Jefferson, they're not giving him up.
So you just got to stick with the QB you got.
They're probably going to trade because Kirk Cousins is going to be a free and he won't get cut. So they're probably going to pick up Kirk Cousins and just run that back probably. Because say what you want about Kirk Cousins, he's still a good pocket quarterback. He's decent, I should say, decent. You know, so he better not get a $100 million contract. For the love of everything that's holy, please do not give that man another $100 million contract.
I'm still over here trying to figure out why why? I'm just confused. Out of all the quarterbacks you could have said, you said Jameis Winston
And Russell Wilson.
and Russell.
I love Jameis. I love Jameis. Jameis is like great, you know. But
Hey, I'm just saying.
Nothing. You say nothing.
I'm just saying they just don't have a good selection of QBs right now. So you just got to stick with the QB you got right now, and just get him a good QB coach, a dietitian, and make sure he just don't get injured. I don't know. Minnesota is in the same thing as Miami. We don't know what's going on. They're in a predicament to where it's very hard for them to get the pieces that they need. They need a good QB. You can't trade and you can't draft. If you want a good QB, do you have the money cap to the point where you can sneak in one of these teams and say, hey, we give you X amount of money for this QB you got here, and for exchange of some first rounds, whatever rounds you got. So that's what Minnesota is right now. Their best thing is if I was Minnesota and the QB is really the problem. If they can just tank next year so they can get an early first round pick since the 2027 draft gonna have some good QBs coming out of it, and cross your fingers to get somebody coming out in the next draft. If you Minnesota,
you're talking like they can take next year, like they're going to have a choice.
damn.
Do you see Minnesota being good next year?
I mean, he has a point.
I was just saying, but damn, man. but that's their best bet. If they need a QB, their best bet is to wait for 2027. That's the only promising group that will have a good amount of good QBs coming out of. If you're trying to get a freshman one to come in, unless something happens to where the next year a superstar QB comes available, then you just get them some money. But if you're trying to draft one, that would be the best bet. It's 2027 where you just look out, and in 2026 you sneak in a good draft. You sneak in a good QB in this draft, and cross your fingers somehow he just is amazing QB. Which the percent of that is I don't know, but that's the only thing I can see. So. But yeah, Minnesota, yeah, they should be pissed off. Cause you let a very good QB go, who was 14-4 to Seattle. Did the same exact thing in Seattle, and now he got a Super Bowl. now he won a Super Bowl.
Speaking of which, I love that Marshawn commercial at the end of the game. Did y'all see that one?
No, what was it?
Marshawn at the very end of the game, it looked like it was like it would be a coffee commercial,
Uh-huh.
but it said like it's always great to get your lick back, and it showed Seattle celebrating wins, stuff like that.
Oh no!
No, it was great. I was like, nah, Seattle didn't win. That commercial will never see the light of day.
You already know. You already know. But like I said, everybody should. It was when the playoffs started, everybody should have known that Seattle was a problem. I said this coming in. I said I don't know what happened with Seattle, but this season here, them boys look hungry, and I just don't see nobody beating them in the playoffs. And lo and behold, look what happened. They won a Super Bowl, and now Jalen Merrill got his first ring as a rookie.
Why is this a thing people are talking about?
Because it's Alabama. It's an Alabama quarterback.
It's an Alabama quarterback, and for some reason, everybody. I don't know why, unless he did some type of community activities down here or something. I don't know why. A lot of people in Alabama, in specific, well, I won't say, I don't know, but I know for a fact that Mobile with me, LJ. But for some reason, Alabama, and they really never did this with any other QB from Alabama. But a lot of people love Jalen Merrill. I don't know why.
Ain't he from down this way?
I really don't know. I don't know. If he is, he from across the bay. If he is, he ain't from here. I know that. I know that for a fact. He ain't from here. But if he is from Alabama, he from across the water.
So, like, because you're not the first person I heard that from. That Jalen Merrill got a ring. I'm like, he didn't play. He didn't play all season.
I don't know why, but a lot of people, like I said, especially in Alabama, and especially with me at LJ State, they love Jalen Merrill. I don't know why. A lot of people just love him. I don't know what. Go ahead.
You know who else got a ring? Drew Lock.
You know what? But I don't know why. Everybody loves Jalen Merrill. You know he from LJ?
He from Texas.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know why. A lot of people just like Jalen Merrill.
It's just because he was an Alabama quarterback.
Yeah. But yeah. So, like I said, that's Minnesota fault. And they in a predicament. Oh, they looking for a QB. But before we end it though, I want to talk about this because I don't think we got a chance to talk about it last podcast. But before we go, the Cleveland Browns, new head coach. How y'all feel about that?
Somebody had to take the job.
I'm actually kind of surprised somebody took the job because I was looking for a minute. It wasn't like nobody wanted that job.
Nobody wanted that job.
Do you blame him though? Do you really blame him? It's Browns, and then you stay in Cleveland out of all places.
So y'all gotta say something about this when I say it, but it's kind of true. That is a horrible situation because you have a horrible quarterback. Now, I know y'all both are going to say you have Sanders. But here's the problem. You don't know how his development. We think he's going to be good, but you really don't know how it's going to go. You have another rookie you know is bad, and you either need to get off his contract. You still have Deshaun Watson on your bench that you need to go do something with. And other than that, nobody really wants to come play for you. Now, you do have an okay defense. And when I say you have an okay defense, you have my opinion. So
they have a really good defense, actually.
They do. So you have to really think about what are you going to do offensively. Are you going to actually put in the time and effort and be like, we're going to try this kid and see what happens? Or are you going to be like, nope, we're done with this experiment. We're blowing up this whole thing, and we're going to go find us a quarterback in next year's draft, and we're going to get rid of all these quarterbacks that we have now.
It really is an all or nothing for Shadur Sanders. And for now, I will refer to Shadur Sanders as Pro Bowl quarterback Shadur Sanders. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay. I had a problem with that.
Oh,
I mean,
everybody. I have
the
a problem
only
with that, too.
reason why.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I like this. I don't know how because
We
people
all
was
have a
like
problem.
really
It's
mad
stupid.
that some people was really mad that he that they was like people were saying he shouldn't have gotten in, and I don't think he should have. There was way more.
Nobody else wanted it.
I'm about to say-
Everybody else pulled out.
I'm
So
about to
they were
say-
really down to Shadur.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
about to
at that
say
point.
if all the other QBs didn't want to play and they came up to us three and said, "Hey, do you want to be a Pro Bowler?" If in me being a freshman QB in the league, I'd be like, "Okay, sure, I don't mind, I don't care." Even though I know for a fact I ain't supposed to be there. If they came up,
I'm not talking about what's McCullough though. I'm not, it's fine. I'm just saying he should have never been selected by the committee. Is what I'm saying.
No, and the thing is like everybody else like declined it, but like the Pro Bowl, like it's not even a badge of honor anymore. Hell, Drake May is a Pro Bowl quarterback from last year. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback also. So it's like they just like it's not what it used to be. There's no honor of being a Pro Bowler anymore.
Well, no,
like
no.
I wouldn't even like like I would if I put it in my contract that I get a bonus from a Pro Bowler. It's the easiest lick you can get.
if you ask me, altogether they should get rid of NFL All Star Week, whatever that thing.
It's got to go.
That flag football is it should be a shame.
I mean, they say the same thing about the NBA one.
Yeah,
No,
but,
NBA is bad too, though.
but
like,
yeah, no. Here's the thing, though, LJ. The NBA is still the same thing. It's just the players ain't really playing. They just shooting the ball up and not guarding for real. Unlike the NFL, where it used to be in a football stadium and you got them going head to head and actually playing like they care. Now they playing like they in a daycare playground, just touching two man touch. In a stadium they built in a parking lot of a football stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, that's that. If I was somebody who, if I was an NFL All-Star player from back in the early 2000s and saw this right here, I'd be like, just don't even hold it, because this is you just ruining what it means to be an NFL All-Star. Because you had the AFC and the NFC playing each other like they was literally in a playoff game. Now you got these players with flags on their hips running with no pads on. All because which I don't mind them, which I don't, you want you want to keep your body up to date. And the reason why you do that is because you just don't want to harm the players. I understand that, but still, if you ask me, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, if that was the case, the NFL should excuse me, but just coming back from sore throat. If you ask me, the NFL should do activities that's family orientated instead of whatever the heck that was. I don't know. I when I saw that at work, I just walked off. I was disappointed, and I'm pretty sure Dad can agree on me with that. Cause Dad been on football way longer than me and you, and
it's terrible.
I'm about to say yeah. I remember, and I know you were happy to see the NFL All-Star back in the day.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
But what they got
Absolutely
going,
fun.
whatever the hell that thing they had this year, man, get that off my TV screen.
I mean, but that's what you're going to get for the Olympics.
That's another story. Because who's the number one flag QB right now? You
I
you
don't know.
Let's
you sent me that text a long time ago.
please let's
For
not
me?
talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not give that dude any airtime, please, because that dude gets on my last
You
nerve.
know who I'm talking about though, right? There.
Yeah, yes.
You
That
sent
dude
me
gets-
you sent me that text a long time ago, LJ.
I don't remember what happened yesterday, so you gotta
You
remind me.
whoever the number one rated flag football QB right now.
Who
He
is
think
it?
he better than Patrick Mahomes and stuff like
He
that.
think
Like,
yeah.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
He ain't like an ex NBA player or something.
I don't know who he is. I don't care. I don't know who he is. I don't care.
Oh,
If
somebody.
if it came down to the Olympics, right, and I want to win gold, and I want to represent this country, do I want some nobody or do I want Patrick Mahomes running my team?
Well, you can't have him now. Oh no. He'd be back for the Olympics. Yeah, never mind.
You got it.
Why I thought they Olympics next year.
I would take JJ McCarthy before I took that dude.
Oh, he said J.J. McCarthy. He's serious.
Like this dude worked my last nerve thinking he like this guy. You play flag football, dude. Like, come on, man. Like you play flag, and not only that, man. Like I'm not trying. I'm disrespecting this man. Like y'all do play flag football, but they sent out ex-retired NFL players that have been retired for years. They had Macklin out there, wide receiver Macklin from old Macklin from the Eagles. Jeremy Macklin out there.
Oh,
and he was,
hold on,
he was out there balling.
Hold on,
and
I
was
got
like,
it. I found it. You sent me this, LJ. Ray John Rondo is the number one.
Oh, it Rajon Ron. I do remember that. That's stupid.
He's ranked.
Oh.
He's ranked as the number one flag football QB in the U.S., saying that he can if he go up against any NFL QB in flag football, he will beat him.
Oh, that's funny.
He said that's funny.
it's
Yeah.
not the NBA player Rajon Rondo. Like it's somebody else, but like it's
But you can see Rajon Rondo also saying that, right?
yeah, I could, but it's not him though.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but whoever the number one QB is, they did say if you put me up against any NFL QB in today's NFL, they can't do what I do in flag football.
Oh, shut the f up, man.
Everybody needs to, believe in themselves.
Self confidence is good to your
Down
detriment.
so did that.
Because here's the thing, like you bring NFL players into and win flag football, right?
Right.
It's only going to build up flag football, so people going to want to watch flag football. Like, oh, this is like they're having fun. Like, it could have got that kid a bag of some sort. But no, he's out here talking trash. Like, you Patrick Mahomes sitting on Twitter. Like, what are you talking about me for? Like, I'm just sitting here living my life. Like, I don't want your job at flag football. But I bet you if you keep talking crap, Patrick Mahomes will just take it, just be petty. I'll take Dak Prescott before I take that dude.
Okay, Dak Prescott had him a decent year this year.
But I hate Dak Prescott. You know I don't like Dak Prescott.
Nobody like the Cowboys.
So
Yeah, man, nobody like the Cowboys.
give me Marcus Mariota before that dude.
Okay, Dad, you're not being serious.
I'm dead serious.
You hate Marcus Mariota more than anybody.
Dead serious. Marcus Mariota would take us to goal before that dude would.
Dad, you're doing too much now.
I'm being honest.
Hey, we'll see. Cause they supposed to held tryouts soon.
What we trying out for?
I don't know. I mean,
You think your dream team had a tryout?
well, that is true. But it's flag football, so I don't know. It's new, so they may try out or they may just say, "Hey, here you go." I
They're
don't know.
playing sevens, okay? Like you, the receivers can go out there and play offense and defense. All you gotta do is sub out the QB for somebody else on defense. That's all you gotta do. You get Patrick Surtain and Justin Jefferson out there, a wide receiver and corner. You're good. You are good. Like.
I mean, technically, you can have Marcus Mariota. Not Marcus Mariota. You can have Dan Marino out there playing, and you'll probably win.
Telling you,
Dan
man.
Marino, I think, is on one leg now, ain't he?
He probably in a
You can
wheelchair
have-
just
you can-
slinging it.
You can have Dan Marino and Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders has missing half his toe. So,
Yeah.
like, whoever we put out there,
We just gotta wait to see. We just gotta wait to see. But Dad, go ahead and say your closing remarks to all the listeners out there.
Shout out to everybody who's listening. I appreciate you guys coming in and listening. That's pretty much all I gotta say. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for so much for listening and stuff like that.
LJ, what's your closing remarks?
I'm still trying to understand why the only two quarterbacks you can think of during the trade period is Marcus Mariota. I mean, my bad. Dad said Marcus Mariota and got me in a tizzy. Marcus Mariota, God damn it.
Russell
Jameis
Wilson.
and Russell Wilson. Or not, Russell Wilson. Goodness gracious. I still don't understand any one of those. I need you to either learn more quarterbacks' name or just, we're not
saying.
doing this no more.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
That's how that's how many good not to me. Yeah, the QB pool.
They aren't good.
Ain't nobody good that's available right now. To be honest with you, besides Aaron Rodgers, maybe.
No, Aaron Rodgers not good. Either.
Hey, he at least he still took the Steelers to a first round at 40-some years old. So
I'm going to miss Mike Tomlin. I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to miss that man.
that man finna be a
He'll
champ.
be on TV in the next 2 years. You'll see him.
Yeah.
He gonna be with Pat McAfee.
Probably.
Hey, probably. I wouldn't mind it.
Well, LJ, what you got to say?
I said it. I still
You
can't
just said
believe
it.
you.
No. What I about to say? Only thing I got left to say is Miami. It just let go Pat Riley. Pat Riley's time to go. He's stuck in old ways. Cause why on earth did we not attempt to get any players this trade season? And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this also happened last year. I could be wrong, but either way it goes, Pat Riley need to go. He's stuck in his old ways in his 2026, and the team is not good to the point where you look at your roster, you look at the standings, you look at the past 10 games and say, yeah, we don't need to trade anybody. We good. No, the hell we ain't. We need a trade. We need somebody. And Bam should not be. Bam is good. Don't get me wrong. But Bam, in my opinion, should not be the franchise player of that team. Head coach. I mean, not head coach. Captain. Okay, I can see that because he played with Wade and Haslam and all that. So he got the experience for them too. Okay, great. He could be the captain, but to make him just trying to build around him to be the franchise player, it just that's not gonna work. So Pat Riley, it's about time for him to pack it up and give it somebody else. Get some fresh faces in there, some younger faces in there, and then we just go from there. Because I don't know what's going on with Miami right now. So, and I call this. I already knew they wasn't finna trade nobody because they wasn't even trying to do anything. But yeah. But other than that though, my name is Randall, and with me as always, my boy LJ, and OG Dad himself. And together we go by the name Other Two for One Special Podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.